There are 22 main levels in Geometry Dash, created by the game developer Robtop. I'm going to be ranking the 22 levels in this game from worst to best. In my opinion, I think that all levels are great, but there are still some problems with some of the levels. Remember, this is my opinion and it may differ from yours, and these levels will be ranked mostly based on my enjoyment. The level at the bottom of the list is Time Machine. Honestly, this level is quite annoying to play because of the overuse in triple spikes and mirror portals. Also, there are some pretty annoying blind jumps too. However, the song's actually pretty good. There's nothing much to talk about the design, as this level was created in update 1.1, but some of the structures look pretty cool and look a bit futuristic. Let's move on to number 21. Okay, why is there no apostrophe on the title? Anyways, this level is actually quite fun in some parts, and the music is really nice to listen to. But there is one particular part. Yeah, the gravity switch section right after the ship. This part is really annoying to play, and this ended my run a few times. Also, if you can't jump over this triple spike at the last part of the level, have fun trying to beat the level again. We just got past the worst of the worst levels in this game. If you haven't already, try and see if you could click the subscribe button with your nose.
What?
Okay, but in all seriousness, only 0.1% of people watching this channel actually subscribe, which makes me a bit sad. It's free and you could always unsubscribe later if you want. Also, if we get 10 likes in this video, I'll rank all the levels in the tower. Now let's get back to the video. Next up is Stereo Madness. Honestly, there isn't anything bad about this level. It's just too basic and simple. It's the first level you play in the game, and it's a great starting level, but there's just nothing that stands out in this level. Next. This level is actually not that bad, but there are some flaws. This ship section during the middle of the level feels super empty and boring. Also, it's a pain in the butt trying to get the third coin in this level, because you have to perfectly time the jump once you hit the blue jump pad, then you have to quickly react to the next few jumps. However, the gameplay is quite fun to play, and I love how some sections perfectly sync with the level. I mean, kind of. Oh god, this is gonna get so controversial. I'll be honest, this level isn't that enjoyable to play. I remember when I tried to beat this level, I died countless times at the dual wave section, and the last ship section where the blocks were moved awkwardly. Despite my slightly bad experience with it, I think that there were many great visuals and creative moments in this level. I love the block design in some parts of the level, where you feel like you're in some sort of castle or dungeon, and the boss fight too. That's a great add-on to this level. This level has many great qualities, but the few sections that had a lack of enjoyment brought this level down. This level is quite decent in my opinion. The gameplay is pretty good and introduces the gravity switch portal well. Honestly, nothing really bad to say about this level, but I think this level would have been higher on the list if there were things that stood out more, to be honest. Fun fact, this level was actually the first main level in the game when Geometry Dash first released. The gameplay is a lot more advanced than the first 6 levels, but it's still pretty fun. Also, I like how it introduces the player that ships can also flip gravity, not only cubes. Even though there are good things to talk about, the one thing that prevents me from ranking this higher is the fact that the last section can be annoying to play through. First of all, what are these sounds playing in this level? Great music choice, Robtop. For the first demon introduced in the main levels, I think this is a solid demon. I actually enjoyed some parts of this level, except for the excessive bugs that you could potentially face. This level contains many challenging elements like invisible spikes and platforms, memorization, and many gravity switches, which makes the level somewhat challenging but fun. Nothing much to say about this level, to be honest. However, I found it quite creative that there's a section where you have to avoid the blue jump pads in a ship section. This is a strange yet creative obstacles to players that have to face this. However, some fakes throughout the level could easily end your run, forcing you to use practice mode to be able to spot the fakes easily in your normal run. On top of that, the coin placements are extremely questionable. I really like the gameplay in the cube section where the background turns black. It's nice how once the drop happens, the background turns black and the gameplay intensifies. However, some coins are easier to get than avoiding, and I don't know why this level has a missing spike. I know there's a triple spike at the end, but besides that, this level is not bad. This would have been way higher on the list if it didn't overuse so many triple spikes in the beginning. But after that first annoying section, you're now in the ball game mode, which actually introduces the game mode well. It has arrows that indicate where you go, and these arrows show that you can actually flip gravity once you click or tap. as a ball. The ship section where you have to switch gravity every few sections is actually quite fun to play through, although it can be a bit difficult for newer players. It also syncs to the song as well. These creative coin placements are also great, showing that you could go through small gaps as a ball. I found this level quite relaxing and chill. The music is calm and the gameplay has zero triple spikes, unlike the first level Serial Madness. It also introduces new players to the jump pad as well. It shows that once you land on it, you get launched, but it could also be used to harm you. I just find it weird how you need to be on a blue jump pad to obtain a secret coin, because the blue jump pad was added in a later update. Other than that questionable first coin placement, the other two were placed well. The second one shows that you can go through certain types of blocks. The third coin route shows that some parts of the ground aren't actually spikes. This level starts off dark and a bit spooky too, with the quiet music playing in the background. Then as the music gets louder, the gameplay gets more interesting, as you go through tight gaps with some tricks. Once you enter the UFO portal, the music gets exciting and the environment in this section is quite vibrant. The gameplay is also pretty enjoyable and fun. The coin placements are extremely tricky, especially the tight gap you have to go through for the second one. That's all I gotta say, to be honest. What makes this level special is the environment, which makes you feel like you're in a hazardous factory full of saw blades. I love the part where you become a mini cube as you enter some sort of tight small corridor of this level. The music also fits well, supporting the cluttered factory theme. This level was quite innovative during the time it was added in Update 1.4. In Update 1.4, there weren't many blocks to choose to decorate with, but the design in this level is super creative as a 1.4 level. Although many parts of the gameplay is enjoyable, the last section contains copy and pasted gameplay, which could feel repetitive. The ending's cool though. It's satisfying. This level is fun. At first this level may seem a bit chill, but once you enter the speed portal, the music and gameplay intensifies. I love the energy this level brings to the player, and I love how fun the gameplay is as well. However, I think that this level should give more stars, because this level gives the same amount of stars as Finger Dash, but it's like 10 times harder. Why? Because of this section here. I love the theme of this level where it looks like you're in a magmatic cavern containing rocks, lava, spikes, monsters, and fire. However, the design in this level can be a bit too repetitive because the design stays the same throughout the entire level. The gameplay is fun, but it feels kinda the same throughout the level as well. The problem I have with the coins though, okay, the first coin is fine, just double click, but the other two, you can actually miss the second coin, which can be super annoying for the player playing this level. And the third coin requires you to collect 10 small coins scattered across the wave section in order to get it, which is super annoying too. Other than the problems I've mentioned, this is a pretty solid level. This level feels like you're inside of a very old video game dimension, with a very nice song that blends well with the theme. Also, I wish people would use the breakable blocks more often. It makes the level much more interesting and fun. Back when I first played this level, I would always find it satisfying to simply use these breakable blocks to get the first coin by hopping over other obstacles. The one thing I don't like about this level is the weird transitions, which are the massive clumps of different portals. But other than that, great level. Massive upgrade from the prequel Theory of Everything, as seen in the gameplay, the song, and everything. I love how intimidating this level is, as this gives newer and less experienced players a challenge when facing this level. It's so satisfying to see myself complete really difficult sections of the level as well. I really enjoy the sudden fast and slow movements, which really adds to this level's character. I had a great time practicing and beating this level. I just hate this one ship section. Out of these 3 demons Robtop himself built, I find this way better than the other 2. This level is absolutely vibrant, and I love the scenery this level has to offer. As you transition into a robot, the song and the gameplay become faster and the obstacles start to look more difficult, which really generates the excitement of the player. I really like this section before the first drop, where you're in a very dark temple with flashing colors, showing you that a burst of colors and energy will eventually release, which does in the drop. The drop overall is very exhilarating, but if I had to say one negative thing about this level, it's the part with the pulsing colors, which makes the gameplay hard to sight read. However, this section looks absolutely beautiful in my opinion, as you're in complete darkness but the obstacles begin to flash in beautiful colors, still maintaining the fun energy throughout the level. Wow, we've really made it this far, and we only have 3 more levels left to rank. All 3 of them are such great levels, and it's really difficult for me to find out what flaws are shown. We got hexagon force, blast processing, and dash. Hold on, give me a minute, let me think. I've come to my decision. Yup, the new 2.2 official level is going to be ranked 3rd. Pretty high ranking, but there are reasons why, in my opinion, this level is below the other two. I was really thrilled by all the cool effects throughout the level, especially the exciting pre-drop sections. I also thought it was nice how you were able to traverse through portals back and forth in the last section, and how you were able to complete the level by entering inside of a gate. I just wish this level wasn't bland or underwhelming in certain sections compared to others, and the difficulty spikes are crazy. Seriously. I hate trying to get the second coin, mainly because I really don't like the swing game mode. It's literally harder than getting the 3rd coin in Polargeist. This level really introduces the wave game mode well. First, it allows you to try out the wave game mode in the first wave section in a very open space. But in the next wave section, you're in a tighter and more intimidating space, eventually leading you to a duel section. I also love how the level tries to trick you at the end of the section, eventually leading you to determine which blocks you should really land on. I really love how chill this level is in terms of difficulty compared to the other recent Robtop levels, and I just see nothing wrong about this level. The design is really great for a 1.9 level, and actually better than most 1.9 levels online. The design is very tech-like and it fits well with the playful music. Before we even look at the amazing gameplay, let's talk about the music used in this level. This song slaps! I don't care what y'all say, but this is the greatest song used in all of Robtop's levels. The song's very adventurous and that really supports the fun gameplay in this level. The level starts off slow, but eventually speeds up until you become a duel at the drop. A lot of people complain about these two jumps, but I think there's nothing wrong about them. They aren't bugs or whatever, you just need to time it correctly. But once you master these sections smoothly, there's a feeling of satisfaction obtained. What makes me really fond of this level is the final section, where you slow down. I love how the colors get dark, and the music gets very quiet, which really adds a very suspenseful tone to the end of the level. This section seems like a test to see if you're able to push through to the end as a duel. But once you pass the ship section, you're done with the level. The constant game mode and speed switches also give this level a boost and enjoyment because of how well executed they are. Well, that's a wrap everyone. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my ranking and feel free to comment down what you think about it. You can even write down your own ranking down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, as it will help me a lot. Let's reach 100 soon, why not? Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.